Okay. Yeah, Cliff, they just had his family was really sad because, and concerned because they had their last dinner together, and that's a really big deal with them. They're really sad to see Clifford go. Um, so that's on him right now. So that's what I told him, just go ahead and be with them. Okay. Here's the 1-on-1-2. Where are we? Okay. Okay, so again, all of our, as we're going along doing this, like Crystal, these are all the links that we're going to need to do what we're doing. If anybody finds something else that's really good, then put it on here. But it's got to be something like these that we use just about every time we're going out there. This either for analyzing a property or finding a property or finding distressed sellers. So that's what these are. I'm gonna put Zillow.com on here because you, like I say, you can find distressed sellers on there. When I get the website that I was talking to you about that has the landlords and tenants, I'll put that on here too. But I'm doing this right now so I can send this out again to everybody before we get off the phone. Okay. Okay, so emails. So after Crystal has sent her postcards, she's going to download the list, and the list need to have emails. Who will be able to take 1 day a week to send emails the next week after Crystal has sent the postcard? And
I could do emails.
Okay. Then the letters, I need to send the letters out. And again, the letters are going to be a certain number of days. It may not be a whole week, but after we send the email out. So after you send yours out, you send me the list that Crystal sent you with this filled in, because we're going to use this same spreadsheet, but you just have a check next to each one of these names saying that you sent the email out. Actually, just put the date in. You can make these columns a little wider, but just put the date in saying what date you did it for each of these people. And then any notes that you may want to make, like if you looked on Google and you saw that it was a boarded up house, if you saw that something like this one, the deed, I was looking into, we're not going to go this deep, but I looked on the deed and I saw, because this person is going to be hard to get in touch with, that person that has the property in Bowie, the one that's vacant and boarded up, because it's vacant and boarded up and they have her address as the property in Bowie. But I saw on the deed that this person, when they recorded the deed, this person was listed as a contact. So when we do the postcard, we're going to send him a postcard about that property in Glendale. When we do the voice drop, we're going to send him a voice drop about that property. The voice drops. BG, I know your time is tight. Do you have like 2 hours on a Friday or 2 hours on a Saturday? I think Saturday is the best day, and Tuesday to do a Saturday and Monday to do a voice drop.
Potentially.
Actually, voice drop is the least time because you just put it in. I'll get back to you on that one because you put it in, you put the numbers in, and you just do the voice drop, and it sends it all at once. So this one, This one is gonna be like half an hour, one day a week.
I should be able to do the voice drop.
Okay. And I'll get with you on that. That may be automatic, because if you have an MP3 file, that's almost automatic. And I need to slide dial. Let me just look at the website real quick. Like I said, I already bought this for the year. It's got an app, sign into your account. App will connect to your access number, which is our VUMBR number. The VUMBR number records the voicemail that we want to do. Actually, if we can record the voicemail in your name and your voice, BG, that would be good. And then Crystal would just be using the voicemail.
You don't think a female voice would be better?
It depends. I think a female voice would be better for
In general?
In general, yeah. In general, definitely. Well, some people like an authoritative male voice. I don't know. Let's vote on that one. What do you guys think? I'm thinking, if you're, and again, the mindset of the people right now is that they're overwhelmed. A lot of people are trying to contact them. They're in debt, a lot of them. So they're hiding from phone calls from their debtors. I don't know.
I think female voice. If that's the context,
Mhm.
then we don't want necessarily authoritative, faith-heavy male voice
Mhm.
approaching
And again,
them.
this is
on-
just a one-time recording thing. We're going to use the same recording over and over again.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, realistically, what we should do is just make 2 recordings. One, say I do one. Say Pooh Bear does one. We have 2 of the options available. I mean, I think that's not that much effort, overall. But
Yeah.
I think realistically, the female voice will probably be the one that does the best. But let's just do both, since we can reuse either one.
And then we'll find out from use which one gets the better response.
Right. If one is better than the other for reasons we don't understand, and we'll just lean into that one. I think that would be.
Yeah, that's always the way to do it. Just what do they call that, Crystal, in marketing, where you test 2 different messages?
Split test.
Split test, exactly. Yeah, we'll do a split test the voice drop. So we need to set that up. I'll send you guys, you and Crystal, I'll send you the login for slide dial. So I'll set this up so that it's coming through to us for each of these. Once we wind up getting at all overwhelmed with, I don't know, I would say after we make our first $10,000, we should start hiring virtual assistants to do most of this. What do you guys think?
I mean, yeah, that'd be good to like free up time. I think if they can get the info that we need, if it would speed up the process to bring leads.
Oh, they do. So they're very good at it. Plus, they'll be bringing experience from other investors too. So I don't know, how much money should we have? When Crystal and I looked at it, it was like $800 a month for good. And I think that's what Noble's paying too, to get results. But to get results, you pay about $800 a month. Now, how many months of that $800 should we have before we even think about hiring somebody?
I would say at least 2 quarters, so at least 6 months worth of that would be the comfortable situation, and then 12 months would be the conservative. I would say.
I was thinking more like 10, 12. What do you guys think, CC and Crystal? How much money would you want to have set aside just for that to be comfortable before hiring a virtual assistant to do this that we're about to start doing ourselves?
At least 3 to 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds fine to me.
Okay, so let's say we'll have $4,000, at least 5 months. That's in the middle of everybody. 3,200 or 4,000 going once, going twice.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that's good. I think that's good. You know, the more the better. You
Yeah.
know, that's good.
Okay, so we'll say four. We'll say $4,000. And you know, the other thing is it's good for us to do this right now. It's good for me. Because we're going to be talking to these people. I'm going to be talking to just about everybody right now because I have those different strategies already in my head. I'm also going to send you guys a lease option contract and lease option training. I have a really good lease option contract. Actually, it's not a contract. It's a series of contracts. It's 912. Let's take a look at that real quick. Anybody see contracts on my thing? There we go. It's right for 2022. I know you're here. Oh, shoot. Okay, so I'll zip this and send it to you, but this one will give you a really good overview of the whole concept of doing lease option. Please read through this, at least this contract, because this is a powerful concept. The consideration landlord / seller acknowledges, because it could be somebody who's renting a property, or it can be somebody who's selling a property, acknowledges $100 paid by tenant / buyer. Tenant is the lease contract you're doing. Buyer is the sales contract you're doing as consideration for the terms of this offer. If this offer is accepted by the landlord, seller, consideration will be applied to the option deposit, purchase deposit. When you pay somebody an option, a non-refundable option fee, that fee is non-refundable, but also that fee gives you the right, but not the obligation to buy the real estate, the stock, or whatever for a certain amount of time. So options always have an expiration date. I got an option right now on a stock that's going to split. That's a good thing to buy options on because those options go up in value. So I have the option to buy that stock, but I don't have to buy it. But options themselves go up in value and you can sell the option, which is pretty much my play on my stock right now. But this is the big contract we need to learn. And again, the goal is for us to be going to turn in all the data entry and all that stuff over to virtual assistants and get to the point within the next 5 years where we're just dealing with people that have properties that they need to sell, get rid of. This is an addendum. This contractor's inspection right here, attorney approval, partner approval. These are called, not so elegantly called weasel clauses, but there would this contract is contingent upon my contractor inspecting the property within 15 days and their approval. It lets you get out of any contract that you go into without losing your deposit or any of your money. So until you remove this contingency, then it's not a binding contract on you. It is binding on the seller. Now the seller can come and say, I want out of this contract unless you remove the contingency later on down the road, then it's up to you. They can get out of it that way, but the contract, what I'm saying is you're tying up this property. You have control of this property. Nobody can sell it but you during this period. And these are the clauses that I was talking about earlier that get you out of that contract if you need to get out of it. That's another reason that makes this strategy so powerful. This is selling, that one was if you're the seller selling to somebody else on a tenant buyer. This one has the clauses in it if you're buying a property. So you want to be able to get out of it. If you're selling a property and somebody's buying it from your lease option, you don't want them to get out of it. So those two, that's why it's two different lease option contracts, depending on whether you're selling or buying. It has the clauses in there. This is the lease purchase agreement, which is separate from the sales contract agreement. This is the form you use to assign it. I tied up that property on Elon Street over there in Glendale. CC wants to buy that property and renovate it. This is the one that I signed with the investor on the Capitol Heights property. We didn't do that on 9th Street, but if you want to sell your contract, this is the one you use to sell it, assignment. It will be assignment, a contract. When you're doing a lease purchase, you have to assign the lease purchase agreement and the contract. This one right here is just to calculate the profit. This one right here is when you walk through the property. Just a real quick and dirty analysis of the property. The other thing about this is that's just information gathering. But most of these forms are for when you actually go ahead and rent the property, because what most lease option people do is they take this called a sandwich lease option. They get in and they like in Suitland, the property, I think I showed you Crystal in Suitland right across the line. She wanted me, they did wind up renting it later because her husband went in there and he didn't want to go, and then he wound up renting it. But she just wanted $1,800 a month for the property. Those properties in that area were selling for were renting for $2,250. So what I was going to do with her, we actually filled out the contracts, was to rent it for $1,800 and then re-rent it for $2,250. And with this system, it shows you how to re-rent it, how to give it to people. Really, you would rent it for like 20. We rent a little bit under market because in your contract with the seller, any repairs that have to be made to the house over $200, the owner is responsible, owner is responsible for, because you're actually going to keep renting the property. The person that you sublease to, any properties, any repairs under $200, they have to do. And there's a lot of things. This system takes a lot of the risk out of it for you. Inventory checklist, lead-based paint, that's required by law. Tenants monthly statement, information gathering form when you're interviewing tenants, inventory checklist when the tenant moved in, lead-based paint disclosure, realtor prostate, tenant monthly statement, assignment contract, assignment of the lease purchase agreement. Okay, so it's all in here, everything you know about. And this is a spreadsheet to do, a quick and dirty to do whether or not you profit from doing this lease option. But I'm gonna send you this, guys. Everything you need for a lease option is in here. Okay. Anything else for tonight? I'm gonna go ahead and write out that that flow for us for going after properties. We already picked the areas we want to go after properties. And I'll pick that flow from me getting the properties and scrubbing them, to sending them to Crystal, to sending them to CC, to sending them to Clifford, to sending them to Crystal, sending them to CC. Compressed lease option too. I think that's everything I have for tonight. I'll send you the link for the deal tracker, Crystal. If you want to set it up some other way, it's going to be easier for you.
No, that's fine with the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Okay. And I'll put it into PropStream. So that it'll already be in PropStream when it's time for you to send the postcard. Did we finish early? I'm getting better. Okay, you guys got anything?
No.
Reach out to Clifford with just a hello, or a how you doing? Because like I say, they're let me see something.